to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to share some of my tips and tricks to maintaining a aesthetic feed on Instagram. I am by no means an expert on photo editing or anything of the sort, nor am I saying that my feed is like artsy or whatever, but I do like to kind of maintain a consistent color palette to make it look more pleasing to the eye. And a lot of you guys actually ask me how I edit my photos, and I might cover that in a different video if you guys are interested. But today I just wanted to kind of focus more on the feed aspect and what you need to do to kind of have a consistent color palette and have it looking flowy and pretty. So I jotted some notes down here so I don't forget what I had in mind to talk about, so we're gonna get right into it. So the number one tip is to edit your photos in a similar style and be consistent with it. So when I first started out, I could not make up my mind as to what kind of theme I wanted to do, so I explored a bunch of different styles like very frequently, which ended up having my feed look convoluted and messy. So I highly recommend that you pick a style and just kind of stick with it and see how you're feeling about it. It's gonna take some trial and error. It's not gonna be the most fun process, but I assure you that once you find the theme that fits your mood, it's gonna be so worthwhile on your feed. It's gonna look so pretty. So figure out if you like warm tones or cool tones, if you like a little purple tint or a green tint, and how you wanna relay your photos. The second one is your photo type. So this one is less common when people are discussing like how to maintain feeds or whatever, but I've noticed that this one also makes a huge difference. So photo type being whether it's a really HD DSLR type of photo or just a regular iPhone photo. Both are fine and both can make your feed look really aesthetic, but if you're hopping between one or the other, it can very easily kind of create the illusion of being messy without you even noticing it. I did this a lot when I first started posting photos because I was taking a lot of photos like with my DSLR, and then sometimes I would take it with my iPhone. Yeah, it was just not pretty because like there would be a really HD photo and there would be a really like okay quality photo. So just decide which one suits your needs more. If you are focusing more on accessories or a more lifestyle theme, then yes, like I think DSLR would do really well, but if you're just doing casual outfit pics, your iPhone is just fine. So to maintain my own personal feed, I really like to lay out all my photos in an app and just kind of look at it and see what it, if I add another photo, how it's gonna blend in and whatnot. I don't go too crazy about it, but I think it does really help to maintain your feed. So the app that I use is called Preview. It's this little app right here with a grid. I really like it because honestly, I can just add all my photos in and it can like show me what my grid is looking like. So I use it to kind of plan my posts and like what I want to post next and whatnot. So really convenient for planning. You can also schedule posts on it, I think, but I don't really do that. I just kind of use it for the sole purpose of the grid. So hand in hand with the previous point, since you're planning your grid out, I also think it's very valuable to plan out your photos, so how you're going to display the different sorts of photos that you take. So that basically means is if your channel is all about outfit photos and you're posting full-length photos, cool, you're being consistent. But if you post a little bit of everything, so like food or outfit and like whatever, you need to like kind of figure out a system that works for you when you're posting these. That's where the Preview app or like some other photo grid app really helps. But what I personally do is I like to have 3 photos with my face in it, like so it could either be my outfit or a full body or whatever. And then I have one flat lay because that kind of creates more space in my grid. So instead of having too much clutter, it kind of adds a little breaking point, if that makes sense. So I really like to do that. However, like, do as you please and like play around with it and see what fits your feed best. So another tip I have is paying attention to your background. This is very important, and it can be as strict or as lenient as it need be depending on your theme. So for example, if you have a white theme, then you need to be really careful about posting or taking photos with a background that's pure white and only has like minimal color, because that's gonna go well with your theme, right? For me personally, I just keep to neutral tones. I know some people like to have like colors, like Instagram colors or something, so they pick like, oh, I'm only gonna post photos that have brown, black, and white in it, or whatever. But I don't really like to limit myself to that much, considering how I already struggle enough to take photos. So I only stick to neutral tones and then do editing to kind of like fix colors that I don't really want. So for me personally, my rule of thumb is never take a photo in front of like a really popping color. So that could be like pink or like red or whatever. Like I try to avoid those colors. I try to do like more mellow greens or whites or whatever. So that's just my tip, and I think that really works well. So my last and most important tip is be yourself and don't let the fact that your feed doesn't look super artsy prevent you from posting content that you like. Everybody has like their own niche and like what they want to share, and do not let the fear of like a very artsy looking feed prevent you from doing that, because I think, you know, when I first started out, I was like avoiding posting like so much like great content that I shot or whatever, because I was like, oh my god, my feed's gonna look terrible. Just post it, you know, if you really like it, just post it. Like, it's okay to like, you know, have those like sprinkled in here and there. Like, if you're just starting out on Instagram, you know, it's gonna take time for you to find your theme and how you want your feed to look and like how you want your content to be presented. So what I suggest is like follow accounts that you find inspiring, that you really like the feed of, and just kind of like use them as like tools and see how they edit their photos and how they like display their photos, and like find inspiration from them, but like have fun while doing it. Like, don't be super restrictive. So those are all my tips for you guys. I hope this helps. I hope it helps make your feed look more artsy, and you know, let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. I might post a video on editing photos because that's really requested, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.